Hi students, Assalamualaikum and greetings. So welcome to the second chapter of MKT420, and in this chapter, we're going to learn on partnering to build customer engagement, value and also relationship. Basically, this chapter 2 is very short, and there are only 3 things that we're going to learn, which the first one to explain the company-wide strategic planning and its 4 steps. So this is important because you need to know what are the 4 steps in strategic planning. And then the second learning objective is on designing the business portfolios using the BCG. Okay, later on I will tell you what is actually BCG. And lastly, the designing the business portfolio using product or market expansion grid. Okay, so let's look at the first learning objective, which is to explain the company-wide strategic planning and its 4 steps. So before that, we need to know what is actually strategic planning. Okay, so strategic planning is just like planning, the normal plan, but when you talk about strategic, it has to be a long term. Okay, so the definition is that it is the process of developing and maintaining a strategic fit between the organization's goal and also capabilities with its changing marketing opportunities. Okay, so there are 4 steps. Okay, the 4 steps in strategic planning, which the first one to define the company mission. Secondly, set the company objective and also the goals. Then design the business portfolio, and then you start to do the marketing plan and also other functional strategies. Now, when you do a definition of the company mission, okay, so you need to create a mission statement, okay, which the mission statement is the organization's purpose, okay, what it wants to accomplish in the larger environment. Okay, so you will see a lot of organizations, all right, when they introduce their businesses, okay, about their institution, they will always start with what is actually their mission statement. That means they want to introduce to people, they want to tell everybody that what is the purpose of their organization, what is the purpose that exists in this particular industry. Okay, so forging a sound vision will begin with the following questions. So what is our business? Okay, who is the customer of our business? What do customer values, right? And what should our business be? You can see example here of CVS Health. Overall mission is to be a pharmacy innovation company. Okay, one that is helping people on their way to better health. You see, it's a very complete introduction of a business. If let's say you do not know what is actually this CVS Health, okay, by looking or reading its mission statement, then you will know, oh, this is the purpose of this CVS Health company, right? So you have to be sure that a mission statement should not be myopic in terms of certain products. Okay, what it means is that you don't specifically mention what product you are selling or what type of brand that you are selling in this particular mission statement. Okay, and the mission statement also should be meaningful and also specific, but not too specific, because typically if you are saying that our business is to sell cakes, right? But what if in the future you don't want to sell cakes only, you also want to sell other things? Then you need to change your mission statement. So that is actually not a good mission statement. So that one is what it means by not myopic in terms of product terms, but it is also must be meaningful and specific in certain industry, okay, or certain general types of product. Okay, the mission statement also should be motivating the employees especially. So when employee read the mission statement, they feel motivated to actually do what is actually the purpose or the mission of the company. Next, you also have to emphasize on the company's strengths, contain specific workable guidelines, okay, in what way that you want to do the business. Okay, and also it should not be stated as making any sales or profit. So you don't say, oh, our mission is to gain profit by 1000% of our sales. No, you can't say that. Okay, you shouldn't be mentioning anything about sales and also profits in your mission statement, right? So second step, okay, which is you want to set company objective and also the goals. Now, business objective is very much related to marketing objective, and also marketing objective must be related to your business objective. Okay, so when you want to set your business objective, it can be to build profitable customer relationship, okay, or you can say you want to invest more in some research and development of your products, or you can say you want to improve profits. But later on, this will be just a business objective. In your marketing objective, okay, you will support what actually business objective is trying to achieve. So that's why when you say you want to build profitable customer relationship in your business objective, in the marketing objective, it's like one way of how you want to build profitable customer relationship, which is to increase market share. All right. When you talk about investing in more research, perhaps you want to create more local partnerships, okay, with other suppliers, other distributors, and so on. Okay, and when you say improve profits, perhaps how you want to achieve that profits, you want to increase your promotion so that it will actually turns out to be improving your profit as your business objective. Okay. Now, moving on to the second learning objective, which is to design the business portfolio. So like I mentioned to you, there are two ways that you can design the business portfolio, which the first one, you need to know what is actually business portfolio. So let's look. The business portfolio is actually the collection of businesses and products that make up the company, right? And the portfolio analysis is a major activity in which you do your strategic planning, whereby management will evaluate the products and also businesses that make up the company. Let me see why is this particular picture is being cropped. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so that I can explain to you about this Red Bull. Okay. Now, this Red Bull, yeah, example, when you talk about they wanted to find out what could be their business portfolio. You know Red Bull, right? Red Bull is a drink, energy drink. Okay, so when you talk about business portfolio, it could be the drink itself. All right, for Red Bull here, they sponsored extreme sports events and athletes who were overlooked by big beverage competitors. Okay, like any other energy drink companies, okay, but was spiking in popularity in Red Bull's target customers. So you talk about, let's say, Red Bull, you have the drink. But in terms of their business portfolio, it is not just about the drink. Okay, perhaps they also have a business portfolio on sponsorship F1 sports, or sponsorship on this particular athlete that they support. All right, so designing the business portfolio includes when you need to find out what will be your strategic business unit. Okay, it could be a company division, it could be a product line within a division, or it could be a single product or brand. Even it could be a person. Okay, like the athlete just now. Okay, so another example is that Nike. All right, their business portfolio could include their sports attires, okay, or sports equipments, and then they also have Nike apps, all right, and then they might also have Nike brands, under Nike brands like Jordan, all right, and you know all other sports brand, right? So it could be also a person where they actually sponsor, all right, so that will be the business unit of Nike. Now, to analyze the current business portfolio, okay, the current business portfolio, you need to understand and identify first what are your SBU. Okay, what is SBU? SBU stands for Strategic Business Units. So you need to find out first, is it a company's division? Is it a product line within a division? Or is it a product or a brand? Okay, so that is when you identify first what is your strategic business unit. Secondly, you need to assess the attractiveness of its various SBU. Okay, so in assessing this attractiveness of the various SBU, then when you need to know whether this particular SBU is gonna be profitable for your company or not, will it be sustainable or not, okay, or would it be expanding more, no, not expanding, occurring more costs, okay, to your company. So that is how you're going to assess how attractive is this SBU. And then you will decide how much support each SBU will deserve. Perhaps you have many SBU, right? Not only just one, like you have the brand for shoes, okay, you also have the sports equipment, okay, like Nike just now, it can be like for each sports could be one unit, okay, like the first SBU is, let's say, Nike running, and then Nike also have for what they call it, basketball. Nike also have has a football business unit, okay. There are many other product category or business unit, okay, that can be look into Nike, and then you will assess its attractiveness, and then you decide how much support, especially in terms of money, because when you want to do marketing, you need money to do marketing, promotion, and so on, okay. You need more money to invest into technology, okay, like the running SBU, for example, for Nike, they need to understand what makes people run faster, okay, what makes you run longer, and the outfit that you requires in order for you to run comfortably or and also fast, right? So you need money to do more research and development in your laboratory, okay, or you will need money to engage into some athletes, right, to bring your SBU further in terms of the promotion, right? So that is how you will decide how much support will each SBU deserve. Okay, so there are two ways, like I told you just now, on designing the business portfolio, which we're going to look first using the BCG growth share metric. Okay, the BCG growth share metric, BCG actually stands for Boston Company Group. Okay, this is created by them, right? So under the classic this BCG approach, okay, the company will invest funds from major successful products and also businesses to support promising products and businesses in faster growing markets, okay, and they hope to turn them into future cash cow. Now, you will see this particular matrix in terms of its relative market share and also market growth rate. So it goes higher here, all right? The market growth will be better. Market growth meaning to say there are many more people buying, all right? Many more potential customers, right? While you talk about relative market share, many more market share or many more sales that you can earn, okay. So there are four terms that you can see here: the dog, the cash cow, the star, and also the question mark, okay. So let's look at the dog first, okay. The dog are when you will see that the market is actually not. So let us first look at the dog, okay. The dog means that it has the product or the SBU. Remember the SBU just now, the strategic business unit, yeah. Okay, so let us first look at the dog. Okay, the dog. The dog is when the SBU, remember the SBU, it has a relative market share and also low in terms of market growth rate. That means the product or the SBU that they are doing is actually, or they are actually offering, is having a low market share, which more or less not profitable, okay, and at the same time the growth in terms of their market is not that well, okay. So dog is actually not a good condition, okay. Next is the cash cow, okay. Cash cow is when you have relatively high market share, meaning to say there are a lot of people buying from you, okay, as compared to competitors, right? So that one is very high, meaning many people buy and it is profitable now, but in terms of the market growth rate, it is low. That's why I say you are making profit now, okay, but when you talk about the future, all right, in terms of the growth of your market, meaning to say, let's say you have 100 people buying, okay, yes, you have a lot of people, 100, okay, however, your market growth is not gonna be bigger, all right, or if you it is growing, it perhaps growing at a very low rate, okay, or slow rate, meaning to say perhaps next year then it will increase to 110, okay, the year after that then it can grow to 120. See, it is not growing really fast, okay, and that is when you say it is a cash cow. Oh, susah tu nak sebut. Okay, next one, let's look at the question mark. Now, a question mark is a question mark, meaning to say you don't really know, all right, about your product itself, meaning it has a relatively low market share, okay. You know that, okay, not many people buy from you, okay, not many people buy from you because let's say there are many competitors and you is only just one small portion that people will actually buy from that particular SBU. And then it is considered a question mark because although it is only a small portion of market share, you will see that the market growth rate is very high or it is very fast, okay, because maybe it is trending, okay, it is trending. For example, you can see the bubble tea, right, bubble tea. There are many sellers selling this particular bubble tea, okay, the boba, you have the alley, you have the Haika, you have and many more others shop, right, not? So yes, let's say you just open up, okay, you just open up where you need to compete with all those established companies, Simfutang, the boba, the alley, the Haika, okay, they are very well established and they are very big, okay, but it is small because you just started and people don't really know. When people mention your Seafooding, for example, because you don't follow Seafoodang, right? So you sell Seafooding. So who knows about Seafooding? Okay, so that means you don't have that much market share. However, you know that the market growth of this bubble tea is so much growing very fast because many people drink this particular boba or bubble tea, right? So you are still not sure on how you actually can penetrate the market, okay, or making your market share bigger. So that's why it is called a question mark. And lastly, the star. From the name itself, it is the star, which you know it is where your company is having a relatively high market share for this particular SBU. At the same time, it is also growing really fast and you know that in the future you can grow bigger, all right, so that is the star. So company must decide how much will it invest in each SBU according to this particular classification, all right. So should they actually build more, should they hold it, should they harvest or divest that particular SBU? So typically, if you are at the dog, okay, you need to understand whether should we stop producing, okay, should we just harvest it, all right, or should we put it on hold? Okay, normally the question marks should be, let's say, should we build more? All right, so because you see that even though the market share is low, but the growth is high, so perhaps you want to build more on the things on the question mark as well as the star. Now, again, you will see that it is not easy to do this BCG growth share metrics. Yeah, so there are problems that they already find out in this particular metric approach, which is difficulty in defining the SBUs and measuring the market share and also growth. How can you be so sure that the market growth is that much? Okay, and it is also time consuming because you need to see the trends, all right. Of course, it is expensive to do and you need to you will be focusing on the current business, not the future planning, because you're looking at your current SBU, right? And then you will say, okay, if we are the dog, then what next? You either hold it, you divert it, or you invest more on whatsoever. That's it. But you're not talking about the future plan. All right. So an example here is that the GE, yeah, you know GE is General Electrics. Now, in managing the business portfolio, okay, GE's broad portfolio of businesses and its mission is to invent the next digital industrial era to build, move, power, and cure the world. Which this require plenty of skills and a lot of GE's famous imagination at work. Alright, so let's say you look at this particular picture. This is actually the GE turbine weight as much as a fully loaded Boeing 747, and it can generate the power needed to supply more than 680,000 homes. So they need to think of, let's say, should we use this particular turbine, okay, to power a plane, or we can make use of this to actually power more than 680,000 homes. All right, so they need to actually look at how can they capitalize in this particular technology. All right, so the problem here is that, let's say, okay, we have this particular turbine, but then we do not know should we make it as a power generator for the plane, okay, or for the houses. And if it is for plane, how much can we sell, okay, and if it is for the houses, how much can you actually supply and how many can you build. All right, so this is actually some of the problems of the BCG growth share matrix. Now moving on to the last part of this chapter, which is the learning objective number 3 on designing business portfolio using the product or market expansion grid. Let me move myself first. All right. So in this product market expansion grid in figure 2.3, you can see that here you're talking about existing products, new products, existing markets, and new markets. This is about your product or your SBU, perhaps existing one that you know already have here, and the new product that you wanted to produce or offer in the future. Not just the product, but could be any SBU. Okay? And you may also want to look in terms of existing customer, existing market now that they are already here now, and new markets perhaps in the future. All right? So we have market penetration, market development, product development, and also diversification. Now let's first look at market penetration. Market penetration, as you can see here, it is for your existing products. Yeah, you already have that product now, and that is your market now, existingly. So it is called market penetration, where it involves making more sales to current customer, existing market, without changing its original product, such as by adding new stores, okay, and you make it more available. Perhaps you go into online selling, okay, whereby people do not need to just go to your store to buy the product, but now they also can buy online. So that could be what you do by doing market penetration. You wanted to sell more of your existing product to your existing customer, right? Next is market development. Okay, this is when you wanted to sell, okay, your current product, but to a new market. All right, so it involves identifying and developing new market for its current product. For instance, let's say a marketing manager, they could review new demographic market. All right, it could be some new location, because the, let's say, existing market, this is in, let's say, Kuching. All right, and existing product, it is your kek lapis. Okay, so the kek lapis and also currently in Kuching. Now you have your kek lapis now, you want to sell it somewhere else, okay, or to new market, not only just to people in Kuching. Perhaps you say, why would people in Kuching only buy the kek lapis? Will people outside Kuching or outside Sarawak wanted to buy the kek lapis? All right, so this is when you talk about market development, whereby you are looking into other places or other customers that could be your potential buyer or potential market. Next is when you do product development. Okay, product development, which you are actually looking at you will see that you have new products for existing markets, meaning it involves offering a modified or a new product to the current market, such as by moving into new product category. So instead of just having cake lapis, you may have biscuit lapis, for example. So you create biscuit lapis. So this is a new product. But what you want to sell is where you want to sell it to the existing market, to existing customers. So that is what you call the product development. Okay. When Apple launched its iPhone 12, for example, so iPhone 12 is a new product where or to whom the Apple wanted to sell to their existing markets. So that is what they call product development. And lastly, diversification. In diversification, you will see that new product, new market. So this is actually a very risky way, okay, or risky, quite risky because first, it is your first time offering that product because it's new, okay, and also you never know about this particular group of people or this market because it is also new to you. So it involves starting up or buying businesses beyond your current product and market. Okay, for example, a company could acquire a company that operates in different market segment with a different product mix. Okay, so a good example is when you see Under Armour. Under Armour is a sports brand, yeah. So all this while, existingly, they have the apparels, and also some sports attires, some equipments. I'm not so sure whether they have some sport equipments or not. Maybe yes. Okay, so when you talk about new products, so Under Armour recently, not really recently, a few years back, okay, what they did was they acquire new product which is an apps. Okay, Under Armour is selling apparels and also selling what they call it, sports equipment. Now talking about venturing into new product, which is an apps, a mobile application, which is totally new. Okay, and they are actually directing this particular, or not directing, targeting, okay, targeting that particular sports apps, all right, not really just sports, but mobile apps for fitness, okay, to a new market where this is perhaps a different set of customers of Under Armour. Okay, if you have your phone, you can look at Fitness Pal. Okay, Fitness Pal, whereby there is actually an apps that is being bought over by Under Armour. Previously, Fitness Pal is on its own, whereby this particular Fitness Pal actually keep track of whatever activities that you do and also food intake, right? For people that wanted to lose weight, for example. So, Under Armour bought over this particular apps, all right? That is what they call diversification of their business, which they have a new product to a new market. All right. So it is so easy with these two just now. How to design your business portfolio, which the first one using the BCG matrix, secondly using this product market expansion. Great. Okay. So we have finished chapter 2. I hope you are able to understand now and also know especially what are the 4 steps in strategic planning. This one. Okay. First, to define company mission, set company objective, design the business portfolio, either using the BCG matrix or market expansion grid. Okay. And lastly, you plan your marketing and also other functional strategies. So this whole thing, all right, are what we're going to learn later on in chapter 4 onwards. All right. So I hope you are able to understand everything that I've said here in this video. And if you have any questions, please ask me in the comment chat, or you can ask me in our Telegram chat. Okay. So I'll see you all in the next chapter 3 video. Right. Bye bye.